Good morning. Welcome to the One Dharma Center Sunday meditation service. This morning, our gathering will begin with chanting Namu Amitabha, followed by 25 minutes of quiet sitting. So chanting Namu Amitabha is a powerful form of meditation. You're welcome to take a look at page 1 at the bottom. There is a meaning for Namu Amitabha. And that means, may I take refuge in the infinite light and life of my true nature. Namu Amitabha. Chanting is an efficient method of calming one's mind, especially for beginners, and when our minds are wavery and busy. So when you do chanting, be comfortable with your voice today you brought here. And as we chant for a while, you will feel more freedom and connection with your breathing. So just like we practice sitting meditation, we want to have our proper body posture. So if you need, you can wiggle your body side to side, back and forth. Make the right posture for your practice. Sitting up tall and high, your shoulders are relaxed. Your ears are aligned with your shoulders. Tuck in your chin slightly. And when you use 100% of your vocal energy, you will have less room to play with your thoughts during the chanting meditation. So you can say this word together with me a few times. Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. Namu Amitabha. So keep saying the word Namu Amitabha. 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 Namu Sutra chanting meditation. When it comes to meditation, there are many forms. Now you are invited to chant together Ilwan Sang Vow and Heart Sutra, page 4 and 5. And Ilwan Sang Vow, Heart Sutra. These are the summaries of essential dharmas by the Buddhas and enlightened teachers. And these two sutras have been chanted by many practitioners for a long time to cultivate their wisdom and concentration. So you're welcome to join at any time in this sutra chanting meditation. Ilwan Sang Vow. Ilwan is the womb of samadhi, beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, origin of heaven and earth, parent, fellow beings, lost the true nature of Buddha's enlightened master, unenlightened people and sentient beings. Ilwan manifests as both permanence and impermanence fused. Permanence Ilwan unfolds into infinite word that is ever abide, spontaneous just as it is fused as permanence. Ilwan unfolds into infinite word through cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe. Birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies in the full forms of birth, we transform through 6 forms of existence, progressing, regressing with grace, arising from harm from grace. Therefore, unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly ourselves after Ilwan Sang Dharma Kaya Buddha by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universe principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather regressing, and receive grace rather than harm until attain the great empowerment of Ilwan and become one with nature of Ilwan.
The Heart Sutra, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized that all 5 aggregates are empty, and thus became free from all suffering and distress. O Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, or mind consciousness, no ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, nor extinction of them, no suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain. The Bodhisattva relies on Prajnaparamita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Free from delusion, one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajnaparamita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond. Now awaken, gate, gate, para gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha gate, gate, para gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha gate, gate, para gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha. The essential dharmas of daily practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions.
Page 6.
Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all.
Now, we are going to listen to a Dharma talk from Reverend Jieun. Her Dharma talk title is Yoonyum, Celebrating Your True Self in Your Daily Life. So please join your palms together. Let us greet Jieun 교무님. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you all here on this beautiful summer morning. Today I'd like to talk about the Yoonyum, the practice of One Buddhism. The Yu means to exist or to be there. Nyum means mind or thought. So Yoonyum, the pronunciation is a little difficult, right? So you can follow me. Yoonyum. Great. So Yoonyum literally means that your mind is present. So if you do something with Yoonyum, it means that you do it with your mind aware and present. In other words, it means when you do things, they are done consciously and mindfully, especially when you make a choice in action. Our mind is not often where our body is. It is like our mind is floating around here and there. So while our body is engaged in an activity, our mind may be somewhere else. So here is an example. The minister's residence has a door lock with a keypad. So each time I enter the building, I must push the 6 keys of different numbers. So since it was last year that we installed the keypad, so it must be hundreds times that I pushed the button, the same serial numbers. But recently, when I had to give the numbers to our visiting Gyumunim, I gave her a totally different numbers. My finger remembers the numbers, but my mind does not. So I was just pushing the numbers on autopilot. So doing things on autopilot is not always a bad thing. So our brain likes to run on an automatic decision-making gear because it saves mental energy. So as a result, pretty much a large part of our day is on repeat or autopilot. So we handle our everyday affairs such as driving home, wearing and taking off your clothes, eating and washing your dishes, etc. We do those things in nearly the same manner. When this automatic feature is used in other areas of our life that need even more forethought, it will be a real problem. So if you live your life just on autopilot every day, taking action without thinking, what would your life look like? First, your life would be very boring because there's nothing you're really looking forward to. Second, there will be many chances that you make mistakes. You may hurt your beloved ones with your habitual language and behaviors. And you may be forgetful in chores you have to remember. To me, it's cell phones. So ministers of One Dharma Center, they are very used to finding my cell phone and give it to me because I often forget where I put the cell phone. In another example, last week I had to give a couple of bucks to Reverend Park. So I put the cash in my bag mindfully, but I kept forgetting to give it to him. So I encounter Reverend Park several times a day in the dining hall and in the office. We work in the same office, But I forgot about the money over and over for almost a week until I finally remembered it. It was because even though I was mindful, put the money in my bag, I did not have the thought of giving him the money when I meet him. So if you are not mindful, it may make all your previous effort in vain. Thirdly, if your life is just on autopilot, you would not let go of things that are better let go of. For example, bad habits, toxic people. Just because they are around you and it's easier to stay with them. And you're not going to make meaningful progress toward your goals as each day goes by. So from simple tasks such as returning money to your friend to much more complicated work such as becoming successful in work and having a good relationship with your spouse and your co-workers, there's nothing that you can achieve without Yoonyum, mindful action. The purpose of Yoonyum practice is to become mindful of everything we do. So we can see with mindfulness, we can listen with mindfulness, and we speak with mindfulness, we act with mindfulness, and even take a rest with mindfulness. Do you feel this practice is too much for you? Doing everything with mindfulness? Do you feel, no, it's too much and it's not really for me? Where can we start this practice? To practice Yoonyum, you can start with our daily activities. So for example, when we wake up in the morning, how do you get up? How is your typical morning? So to get up with Yoonyum is like this. So rather than getting up in a hurry and pushing the alarm button and taking actions on autopilot, we can wake up and do some nice stretching in the bed. You can put your mind together, get up and make your bed. So can you picture yourself doing your daily activities in this kind of mindful manner? And when you practice meditation, you meditate with your full mind. So it is possible that you are not actually doing meditation, even though you are sitting on the cushion with your back nice and straight and close your eyes. Let's just guess how I know this. And when you make 4 bows, your mind as well as your body is fully engaged in bowing. When we clean our room, we clean the room, not just get the job done. So when you do things with Yoonyum, your mind is in the present moment from the beginning till the end. To think about how you breathe when you practice meditation. We try to be aware of our breathing from the beginning of the inhalation until the end of our exhalation. But it's not easy. So from the morning till the evening, practice living our day in this manner. In each and everything you do, try to do it with a calm mind, not a haste mind, or an angry mind, or a lazy mind, or even a mind that is occupied with some other thought. This is how to cultivate and manifest your Buddha nature in your life. Our Buddha nature, or our true mind, or our original mind, whatever you may call it, is represented in the circle image here. This is called Ilwan Sang. We just chanted Ilwan Sang vow. This represents our true Buddha nature within us. And it is described as perfect, complete, utterly impartial, and selfless. This is the mind that is innate within all of us. So I don't see it as something transcendental or a special state that we can only experience after long, long meditation. Our original mind may seem just ordinary. And when it manifests in our daily life, it may seem very common and something just normal. Ordinary mind is the way. So as you may have noticed, Yoonyum is translated into mindfulness in the scripture, the red covered book. But the reason I keep using the original Korean word Yoonyum instead of mindfulness today is because Yoonyum means more than the present moment awareness. More precisely, Yoonyum means making a conscious choice in action. So let me introduce how Master Jeongsan, the second head Dharma master of Won Buddhism, explained Yoonyum. Yoonyum is right action with the right judgment based on innate wisdom. This kind of actions occur during a state free from attachment. In this way, the mind finds the most suitable way, harboring no thought. Again, Yoonyum is taking action right out of inborn sense of judgment without attachment. Unmindfulness or heedlessness, he said, is behaving from a deluded mind, a state full of attachment. This mind, harboring unnecessary thoughts, does not know how to take suitable and right action. From his definition of Yoonyum, we can see the idea is more about taking the right action rather than simply being in a certain state of mind. Here comes the number one statement of one Buddhist practice. In all your activities, be heedful to make choices with sound thought. To practice Yoonyum, the one Buddhist mindfulness practice, so keep this phrase in mind continuously from the morning till the end of the day. And check your mind according to this phrase as you make any kind of choice and action. Let me repeat this phrase. In all your activities, be heedful to make choices with sound thought. As I just said, you can start this practice from a simple, a small morning routine. But ultimately, it comes down to habit. Habits are what prevent you from acting consciously. We all have certain situations where we easily become reactive. So take time to think about it. Is there any habit you've been often feeling you need to change? You can pick one or two, but no more than three. It's too many to work on at the same time. Then instead of trying hard to be mindful for 24 hours, you can simply focus on the items that you selected. And even though you practice Yoonyum with a few items, it eventually affects the other areas of your life. And you will become more mindful in general. To find your habitual pattern to work on, observe yourself and find things within you which most prevent you from having a better life. You can ask yourself this way: when do I become easily upset or disturbed? So it can be a specific person, the close person to you, or a specific situation. And second, what are the things to which I am attached to? Maybe too much. Depending on the person, it can be alcohol, gambling, shopping, work, career, smartphone, food, YouTube, and so forth. Do you have something in your mind? The third question that you can ask to yourself: so which tendencies in my character bring about negative effect on relationship or work? These are less noticeable than alcohol or gambling or shopping, so they may be more difficult to become aware of or spot. For example, the tendencies such as procrastination, or speaking in a non-productive way, such as complaining all the time, or enjoy gossiping, things like that. So finding your own Yoonyum practice item is very important work, and it takes time. This needs to be updated from time to time as the insight and the understanding that you have toward yourself grow. If you have chosen your Yoonyum practice item, then write it down. Put it on paper. Record your daily practice and keep track and review it. And lastly, I want to say something very important in Yoonyum practice. Actually, this is what motivated me to choose this topic for today's Dharma talk. We are not our habits or emotions. So we are all Buddhas. When we say we are all Buddhas, it means our mind is originally like this Ilwan song. Perfect, complete, orally impartial and selfless. We already have equanimity, wisdom, and righteousness, and all other wonderful qualities that we want to cultivate. We already have those within us. They are just waiting for us to shed the light of our consciousness on them. Ironically, if we only try to track our habits and focus on the bad habits that we want to change, then we may forget that we are already Buddhas. in checking your habits and tracking them, they could be something just habitual if you forget this most important truth. So remind yourself of this every day. So recently I felt just a little down without any specific reason. I just felt things were just less fun, and I was not motivated or inspired by my practice as I was before. And I felt I was only chanting Namu Amitabha with my mouth, not feeling anything. And I know we can't always be passionate about our practice or even toward our beloved ones, right? We can be always maintain the same passion. We all have ups and downs. So I did not worry that much, but it was not that fun to feel this way, And then one day I realized that I had somehow forgotten the existence of Buddha within me. So to restore the Buddha nature within you, you must know how it feels to be a Buddha. Then how can you know how it feels to be a Buddha? We are not enlightened yet, right? Then how can you know how it feels to be a Buddha? There is famous poem. The title is "The Flower." It's a Korean poem. It's written by Kim Chun-soo, the famous poet. So let me introduce the most famous lines. You might think it's a little cheesy, but this just came up in my mind right before the service. Until I spoke his name, he had been no more than a gesture. When I spoke his name, he came to me and became a flower. So to meet the Buddha within you, to feel the Buddha within you, you can just call the name of your Buddha. Just chant it Namu Amitabha and just sit with it. Because it's already there within you. At the moment you think of it and feel it, then it will be with you. So as you start the day, take a seat and sit quietly for a while. You're feeling the Buddha within. If you practice meditation regularly, then you may visualize the circle image. This is actually what Master Cheongsan also recommended, the visualization of Ilwan Sang, the image of big circle in your heart. And just sit with it for a while. Or you may silently say a few words which describe your Buddha nature in your own personal language that resonate you. So start the day by celebrating your true self. So if you can take a few more minutes to write down your thoughts that you want to be mindful of throughout the day, then it will be much more powerful. Then get up. Live your day with Yoonyum. Live your day with mindfulness. From the morning till the end of the day. And review your practice at night. This is how we can celebrate and manifest the Buddha nature within us every day in our daily life. So let's celebrate our Buddha nature within. Thank you.
Thank you, Jieun for your precise and repeating message about the practice of Yoonyum in one Buddhism tradition. So that's one way to recover our true nature within us. So let's keep practice that together. And actually, let's do some stretching together. We didn't do stretching in the morning, in the beginning, and then now we have time for that thing. So you can clasp your fingers, bring your hands up, and stretch upward. Bring your body side to side. Put your hands back of your head. And lean gently backward. Very good. Now put out your legs. Put your hands on your knees and rub your knees gently, nicely. While you're doing so, you can smile, right? It's nice weather. We have this beautiful place here inside, even though we have hot summer weather outside. And while you're doing your knees and legs massage, I like to share one thought, one reminder. So we are here inside of this Dharma hall, and when we think of this, it is such a blessing that we have this Dharma hall where we can gather together every Sunday and practice. So who are we thankful for that? Especially we have new faces today, so I think this is good time. Timing is good to introduce, brief history of our Dharma hall. So after having been searching for the proper piece of land and the location for a number of years, this very spot in Hudson was chosen, and this center was built in 2011. And the one Buddhist teachers' aspirations and the sweat of many lay and ordained one Buddhist practitioners were involved in that process. Plus, it was made possible because there was a generous donor who sponsored a huge amount of money. So you can take a look at the sign about the donor's family on the outside wall of this building by the entrance. Whether we are aware of it or not, we certainly are the beneficiaries of those people. So why am I having this mouthful speech of that? As a small token of gratitude, we are making a short video clip, thank you video clip to present to the donor's family in Korea. And I need you actually to say that thank you literally in that video. So we'll shoot that short video right after this service. So please stay for a little while to make this together. And I'm sure the family will be very happy to see us, to think of them. So would you please help me actually making this film? Yeah, it won't take that long. So the name of the family is Hong, very easy. So we're gonna say the Hong family. Let's say this together, Hong family. The last name is Hong. Hong family, that's easy part, right? But then I'm gonna add one more word. 신타원님, that's the donor's, Dharma title. 신타원님. Can you say that? 신타원님, super. So we're gonna say 신타원님 and the Hong family, thank you, right? Yeah? So let's do this together. And I need one volunteer who says something in English, like, we are blessed to have this Dharma hall. And then we're gonna say, 신타원님 and the Hong family, thank you. Maybe say in Korean as well, 감사합니다. And don't worry about this, you can do this. We can do this together. I'm gonna help you with that. So let's do this together. So 교무님 여기 방석 치워주세요. Okay, everybody stand up.